Welcome back to India Business Report. I'm Yogita Limai and this week we're at an air show in Bangalore.
In the first part of the program, we took a special look at the aerospace and aviation sector, but now it's time for some of this week's other features.
India's government has said that it will ease environmental norms for the speedy clearance of highway projects. Earlier this week, the Prime Minister held a meeting with top ministers to iron out differences between various government departments. Just recently, two of the country's biggest infrastructure companies, GMR and GVK, created a flutter when they walked out of highway projects midway due to clearance issues. It's hoped that latest overtures from government could help give a boost to national highway projects that are struggling to take off.
Samir Hashmi caught up with Lalit Jalan, who is the chief executive of Reliance Infra, one of India's largest infrastructure companies, and began by asking him what has gone wrong with the execution of national highway projects in India.
To build a road project, there are multiple approvals that a private sector needs. Land acquisition, which is the first. Land acquisition is totally in the purview of NHAI, and they have to acquire the land and give it to you in a agreed defined time frame. Secondly, then are the approvals for utility shifting, tree cutting, environment clearances, other municipal approvals. All these, and they are multilateral agencies. Some of these projects have also been bid on very, I would say, challenging return basis. So when they found that the timelines were not being adhered to by the government agency, they found an exit option and they walked away.
Now the government of India had set a target of constructing 20 kilometers every day of national highway. But if you look at the latest figures, it's just a fraction of 10 kilometers. Now many say this target of 20 kilometers is really ambitious. It's a distant dream. Do you agree with that?
There is a need of not only doing 20 kilometers but to increase this target. If Indians can move freely, Indians can move in a world-class condition. Today it should not take you hours and hours to go from point A to point B. Transportation costs will come down. It will give a fillip to tourism. It will give a fillip to industry. I mean, all the good things happen around infrastructure.
As an infrastructure company, what issues do you think the government needs to address in the immediate future to revive the Indian infrastructure story again?
If we can get the clearances either up front before we bid the project, so that is the entire land acquisition, environment clearance, utility shifting, everything, if we can get those clearances up front and give the entire package with the land available, it will be very convenient for the private sector. The second part will be the availability of long-term finance, cheaper finance. The bond market in infrastructure for private sector is not well developed. That is the other big thing that we need to do, because typical concessions are 25 years and the financing you can get at best can be 15 years, 12 years. So that mismatch in liquidity puts a big stress on the infrastructure projects.
More and more Indian women are joining the workforce and making a positive contribution to the country's economy. But when compared to other peer nations, the rate of female participation in India's labour market remains significantly low.